they contacted me because they saw my book, Be an Ultimate Fighter of the Real Enemy, which I had published with Author House Publishing Company. And so the gentleman contacted me, and I believe it was Usman Aikman or something like that. I can't remember what his name was, but he sounded kind of Oriental, not Oriental, but like Indian or something. I can't recall what nationality he might be, but he was very, very polite, and he seemed to know a lot about my book. Did research on my book, that I had on Author House, and he approached me with the idea that what they opened their company for was the sole purpose of selling books cheap for the authors. And that was his catch, because he knew that Author House charged a lot of money to buy the author to buy their own copy of their books. Because I was getting charged like $8, a little over $8 per book for me to buy my own book from the company, which is a lot of money so that you can sell back your own book. And so that was his line. Well, if you republish your book with our company, then we can sell you your book for, like, I think he was saying $2.50 a copy. Yeah. I told him at the time I'm not interested in doing this book, that I had a new book that I was working on. And so I told him about the new book that I was, planning on doing. And he eventually talked me into going with their company, to getting me published with their company. And so he made his let's see, the deal that he made with me was he sold me a plan that was $1,248. He was going to have my book published, and he was going to do some media advertisement of my book for 3 months. So I said, okay, that's fine, and so they told me that I could break it up into payments, monthly payments. And so I agreed to that. And we did 3 monthly installments. We planned to do 3 monthly installments. And I ended up paying it off. And that was in September 9th of 2018. And I paid my first payment of $425. And then the next payment, I paid the whole thing off. And that was in October 16th of 2018. And I paid that payment of $832. And so I paid them completely off. Okay. And then told me, well, you need to hurry up and send your manuscript to us so that we can get started on your book. At that time, I wasn't quite ready because I wasn't completely finished with my book because I was having it edited. Okay. And so I finally got the manuscript to him just a little bit before Thanksgiving in November. I emailed him the manuscript. I attached it to an email, my manuscript, as a Word document. And I never got a response back that they had received it. Okay. And so then I called their company back. It took forever for them to answer their phone. They finally got a hold of someone. And the person that was originally dealing with me was on some kind of leave. And I think the lady that was in charge of my account at the time was Olivia Williams. And so she was on some kind of leave. So this other guy told me, well, he said, I can't find it in her files because she's on leave, so I can't get a hold to your manuscript. I don't know what she did with it because I sent it to her email address. And so I said, well, what is your email address? And I'll send you another copy of my manuscript. And so then I sent it to him, this guy that was on the phone with me. And I told him, I said, stay on the phone and I'll send it to you. That way I'll know for sure that you got it. And so I did. I sent him an email with my manuscript attached to it. And then he showed that he got my manuscript on his email. And so we were all set up, and I said, okay, we'll just, and this was like right before Thanksgiving. And I said, just call me and let me know, if you guys have any problems, if you have any questions, concerning the book. And then I'll just be waiting for y'all's response, So y'all call me when either the book's ready or if y'all have some questions or whatever. And so he said, okay. So we hung up, and I never got a call back from them, you know. And so I thought, well, I'm going to wait till after Thanksgiving, because of the holidays and everything. They're probably all, tied up. And then Christmas rolled around, and I still hadn't heard from them, and so I thought, well, I'll wait till after the Christmas holidays. I'm sure they're all tied up with all of these holidays, and maybe they're just taking their time. They're kind of rushed to get it done. And so then, after Christmas was over with, I started trying to contact them. And every time I tried to contact them, I called the original number that I had. And on the original number, it responded that the phone system was not set up to receive any calls. It didn't say the phone was disconnected or anything. It just said that the phone was not set up to receive any calls. So I thought, well, that's kind of weird, So I thought, well, let me call some of the other numbers that I have. So I started looking at all of the telephone numbers on their website. I started calling every single one of the numbers that were listed on their contact numbers and every single one of them, I think they had like 6 or 7 phone numbers. And every one of them, I called every single one of them, and they all said the exact same thing. They said, this number is not set up to receive any calls. And so I'm like, what the heck, So then I sent them a message on Messenger, and I also sent them a message to my email also. I emailed them a message that I needed for them to contact me about well, no one responded. So then I went back on their website, and that's when I found the pissconsumer.com. Some of the other people that I noticed that there were some other people that were complaining about Okir. I said, well, let me check this out. So I was looking at it, and I saw that there was a few other people that had some of the same issues that I did, and so then I went back to their website, and I wanted to see, where is this company located at? I thought I remember seeing that it was in Wyoming, and on where their location was, and on their website they have their corporate office as in Cheyenne, Wyoming. Well, right now I'm living in Broomfield, Colorado. Cheyenne, Wyoming was only like an hour and a half away. I'm going to drive up there and see if I can actually talk to someone, since I can't reach them on the phone. And so I went inside and I asked them, I said, or I asked the secretary, and I recorded this all on my cell phone, while I was talking to them. And I asked them, I said, do you guys know anything about Okir Publishing? So it didn't sound familiar to her. And so she looked up on her computer. She said, yeah, I see that they are one of our clients. I said, well, they have this residence listed as their corporate office, So I said, do you guys have some kind of way to contact them? She said, well, the lady that usually handles these kind of issues is not here right now. She's in a meeting and she won't be back till 11:30. And at that time, it was about 10:30. So I said, well, okay. And she took my phone number and my name, and she said, we'll have Okir Publishing call you. And I said, okay. So you said this other lady that handles this situation is going to be back at 11:30. I said, yeah. So I went and had lunch somewhere in Cheyenne, and I came back at 11:30 to see if I could talk to this lady. And I talked to this lady about it, and she told me, no, we don't have, the only affiliation we have with them, we do their taxes for them, And I said, okay, well, I said, you guys might want to contact them because they have this place listed as their corporate office. Yeah. And I explained my situation. I said, every time I try to call them, nobody answers the phone. So there's no way for me to contact them. And so you might have more people coming up here because this is their corporate office. Yeah. So she said, well, yeah, we probably do need to do something about that. And I asked them, well, do you know where their real office is? Where is their printing company? She said, we can't give you any of that information. So I said, okay, well, I said, I wish you guys would have another phone number that I can reach them or something, because